Good afternoon, this is Otarie, a Lochin 333 Harbour pilot with Flybridge. This is a walkthrough video just to give you an idea of the boat's condition as of today, the 7th of September 2023. So as we walk towards the cockpit, you'll see on the side deck a hydraulic winch which is controlled from the rear bulkhead, and I'm panning round to show you the control on the port side of the bulkhead there. Side decks are quite wide, which allow good access forward and back, and you'll see the anchor chain is fed through a channel along the side deck. We're now in the cockpit, and you'll see there is a stern door in the centre at the back, which is opened with a stainless steel ladder, mainly done for diving purposes, and you've got two side benches for seating. Hatches in the rear deck. The rear hatch is to the steering equipment, and the middle hatch takes you into the fuel tank area and some storage. This is the engine room on the port side, and you'll see the engines tuck under the bulkhead, and the forward engine room bulkhead you can probably see is the where there is a step within the wheelhouse, and you can remove panels there to get to various parts of the engine on both sides. There's a Calagas locker in the rear bulkhead, and there's additional lockering around the transom on either side, with a freeing port in the back corner for any deck water. We go now into the wheelhouse. You'll see there's a small berth on the port side. That's quite a short berth in terms of an adult, probably a good child's berth, but there is a longer berth on the starboard side, which if you needed to, you could extend into a double using the rear cushion at the back there. There's plenty of locker space underneath, and these units are removable, so if you had another use in the wheelhouse area, you could actually open it up and use the area right through to the window. So helm seat and helm controls on the port side, and I'm now panning around to show you the instrumentation. And you've got the standard panels with push button starts, a radar, plotter and echo sounder, and there's an autopilot and auxiliary switching, the usual bits and pieces you will find. And then up above you've got a panel there with fuel gauges, a couple of speakers, and of course there are wipers to each window. You need a wiper blade on the starboard side. The galley is on the starboard side within the wheelhouse, and that has a 2-burner gas stove plus a microwave and a fridge below. Stainless steel sink with a pressurized cold water supply. And this is the 24-volt distribution panel, as well as the 240 AC panel at the lower part there. The steps go down into the forward cabin, and you'll see on the starboard side you've got two bunks, one above the other. They are full length, and there's a small seat on the port side. The heads compartment is on the port side, and you'll see there's an electric toilet in there. it's an enclosed compartment, so there is a panel at the back of the helm station to get to all the wiring and so on, so it's fairly easily accessible. So that's the view looking aft from the forward cabin. There's quite a lot of volume within the wheelhouse to use for whatever purpose. And the box on the starboard side is to cover the control unit for the winch, which is used from outside. The fuel tanks are outboard of the rear part of the engine. You can probably just pick up the filler point. There's a filler into the tank itself, and there's also a filler on the outside of the boat, on the side deck, so you can fuel from both points. Now you can see the after deck. The ladder to the fly bridge, you can see there's a stainless steel ladder which takes you up to the deck. Not going to take the cover off because you probably can see from the pictures in the spec what the upstairs is like, but that ladder is removable, so it gives you much more movement around the cockpit if you need it. And that is Otarie in a brief synopsis, but hopefully enough to give you an idea of what the boat is all about. Many thanks.